At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient, from infants to seniors. Our total care model means our doctors, nurses, and professional staff are specially trained to help you make the best decisions for your health. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. When you choose Healthcare Partners, you are choosing the personalized, quality healthcare you deserve. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Pahrump Nugget, Progressive Cash Drawings, Mystery Point Multipliers, Mystery Gift Days, Extra Cash for 4 of a kinds, Bingo, Bowling, Football, and Food Specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is brought to you in part by One Nevada Credit Union, where right now you can refinance your auto loan with rates as low as 2.98% and no payments for 90 days for qualified members. Call us today for details. News 46 is also brought to you by the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. When it comes to sensitive matters like bankruptcy, take a breath of fresh air by calling an experienced and compassionate attorney at the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump, 775-727-4747. News is also brought to you by Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer. When you need the best dermatology care in Pahrump, call Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer, 775-727-9800. News is also brought to you by the St. Therese Mission, a future venue for cultural and environmental events near Pahrump. Get involved. Visit us at sttheresemission.com or call 702-507-4172.
Tonight on News 46, robbery suspects are apprehended fleeing the scene.
A horse loses its life after being struck on Charleston Park.
And kids all over the community were on the hunt this weekend. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, April 9th, 2012. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Monique Murphy. For News 46, 3 suspects have been arrested after allegedly robbing the Terrible's Lakeside convenience store yesterday morning.
In the early morning hours of Easter, approximately 2:45 in the morning, deputies and general assignment detectives with the Nye County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to Lakeside Grocery Store on the corner of Homestead and Thousand Air for a report of a robbery. While en route, units were advised that the suspects had demanded money and left the store in a vehicle with an undetermined amount of cash. Deputies received a description of the vehicle and attempted to locate it in the area. Deputy Casey Otison located the vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed in the area of Gamebird and Simmons. Deputy Otison initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle in the area of Simmons and Elderberry and made contact with Guadalupe, who was driving, and 3 other people inside the vehicle. All 3 suspects were positively identified as the suspects that committed the robbery. There was also a 17-year-old female that was inside the vehicle but had no part of the robbery. It was found during the investigation that Soto and Porceo were the main 2 suspects that went in the store and committed the robbery. It was also determined that Guadalupe had evidence from the robbery in her possession, and upon questioning from the deputies, she gave deputies false information. Guadalupe did not have her valid driver's license, and there were containers of alcohol open inside the vehicle. All 3 suspects were placed under arrest. The 17-year-old was released to the family. Arrested were 25-year-old Rogoberto Soto Hernandez, 21-year-old Anthony Porceo, 27-year-old Guadalupe Marin Porceo on the following charges: robbery, conspiracy to commit robbery, burglary, and open container, among other charges. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 4.
And 2 female occupants were injured as a result of a single vehicle rollover which occurred near the Tecopa turnoff Friday evening.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall & Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall & Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
on southbound Highway 160 on Friday, approximately 6 p.m., a single vehicle rollover occurred just past the Tecopa turnoff. 2 occupants were injured. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene. Nye County Sheriff's deputies, Nevada Highway Patrol, and Clark County also responded to this accident. We're going to speak to Nevada Highway Patrol Trooper Ray Hubbs.
Yes, we had a SUV traveling northbound, a young female and a passenger in the vehicle. They were traveling back to Pahrump, just got off work. The driver said that she apparently fell asleep, went off of the road a little bit, entered the center median, and gained back up on the road, but then overcorrected back. The vehicle spun out. It appears that it rolled, but it did not roll after my initial investigation. The vehicle did not roll over. It just slid sideways into the cables, into the center median, and then hitting the cables, that's what did all the damage to the one side of the vehicle.
I know we've discussed this before about these cables that have been recently put up here and the damage that they're causing to cars. Do you think that they're also causing some damage, physical damage to the occupants of the vehicles?
That is possible. However, the whole purpose of the cables to be in there is to keep the vehicles from coming across the roadway and into head-on traffic, and in this particular case, the cables did their job.
And so she fell asleep. Does it appear that alcohol or drugs are a factor in this?
No, I do not have any indication of alcohol or drugs. Just a young female that was working some overtime and fell asleep on the way home.
She was transported as well as her child. Is there only one injured, or was the child injured as well?
There's 2 injured. That is not her child. That is actually her friend. They're both young females. And they will be ground transported to Pahrump. Minor injuries. I didn't really see anything out here that was very severe.
Will we be issuing a citation on this?
This particular one, I probably will not. I may change my mind on this after I do my full investigation, but at this point, I don't feel it's necessary at this point.
And once again, 2 people were transported here locally to Desert View Hospital. Of course, be careful, buckle up, and as usual, we want to remind everybody, when emergency vehicles are traveling down the roadway, you are required to stop on both sides to a complete stop to let them pass. This is Deanne O'Donnell on southbound Highway 160 for News 46.
A tragic loss for a horse owner when his beloved animal was struck by a vehicle traveling down Charleston Park while he was riding late Saturday night.
Apparently, a male was riding his horse in the late evening hours around 11 p.m. when his horse was struck on Charleston Park by a small passenger vehicle. The horse sustained critical injuries as a result of the accident. The driver of the vehicle was transported locally with minor injuries via Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue to Desert View Hospital. The horse did not survive the accident. The rider sustained no reported injuries. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
One person refused to be transported after complaining of injuries following a 2-vehicle accident Saturday afternoon.
A little after 1 p.m. here at Charleston Park and Barney, a 2-vehicle accident occurred. Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's detective and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue as well. One person complained of chest pain, saying that she recently had heart surgery. However, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics checked her out on scene and she refused to be transported. No one inside the other vehicle was injured at the time of the accident. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanne O'Donnell at Charleston Park and Barney for News 46.
And folks, don't go anywhere. We'll have much more local news coming up for you right after this break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is brought to you in part by One Nevada Credit Union, where right now you can refinance your auto loan with rates as low as 2.98% and no payments for 90 days for qualified members. Call us today for details. News 46 is also brought to you by the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. When it comes to sensitive matters like bankruptcy, take a breath of fresh air by calling an experienced and compassionate attorney at the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump, 775-727-4747. News is also brought to you by Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer. When you need the best dermatology care in Pahrump, call Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer, 775-727-9800. News is also brought to you by the St. Therese Mission, a future venue for cultural and environmental events near Pahrump. Get involved. Visit us at sttheresemission.com or call 702-507-4172.
Welcome back to News 46. Broadcasting legend Mike Wallace has died. He was 93 years old. Wallace died on Saturday night in the long-term care center on New Canaan, Connecticut. He was surrounded by family. Wallace had been ill for many years. Wallace was one of the original hosts and correspondents of 60 Minutes. He was a trailblazer known for confronting his subjects and originating the news magazine format. His style became a standard for news television. And we have an update concerning the baby horse who tragically lost its mother after being impaled on a fence post on Thursday. The baby horse, who was 2 days old, has been moved to a different location with a mare who is now nursing her. She is doing well. We will have more on this story on tomorrow's newscast, including an account that has been set up to help with her care. A fundraiser is being scheduled as well. There are concerns about the fencing at the original home, which still houses several horses. If you would like to help in donating fencing, you can call Jessica at 990-6616. And please note that Jessica is not the owner of this home or the additional horses. And a Montana man acquitted in the death of a Las Vegas casino executive but convicted of trying to steal the man's silver has been arrested on DUI charges in Idaho. An Idaho State police officer pulled over 47-year-old Rick Tabish on Interstate 84 in Boise. It was early Saturday after clocking him driving 75 miles per hour in a 55-mile-per-hour zone. He also failed to stay in his lane. Officials said his blood alcohol level was 0.087%, just above the legal limit of 0.08. Tabish and co-defendant Sandra Murphy were convicted of killing 55-year-old Ted Binion in 1998. They were acquitted in a retrial in 2004. However, Tabish was convicted for trying to steal Binion's silver stash. Tabish was released on parole in May 2010. His parole was scheduled to end in March 2011. And folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to have more local news coming up for you right after this break.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
Welcome back to News 46. They lined up with baskets in hand, ready to collect the goods at Petrack Park on Saturday morning.
The community Easter egg hunt here at Petrack Park was a huge success. We're going to speak to O.J. Palmer.
It went really well.
Tell me a little bit we had about how many kids do you think?
We had less this year. We had about 390.
I know we changed it from Sunday to Saturday because people are going to church on Sunday.
No, I've always been on Saturday before Easter, and then the library does theirs at 10:30 because they know I do mine at 9.
So how many eggs did we put out there?
11,400 eggs with candy. There was 4,000 Dum-Dums and 1,600 Tootsie Pops.
Who all helped donate these?
A whole lot of people. Over there on that sign is a big list of people. Saida Trudeau, Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza, CCA, Walmart, Smith's. There's a lot of people on the list.
Why do you think that we had less kids this year?
That I don't know. I can't figure that one out. We had 480 last year.
Yeah. We also gave out stuffed animals.
I have a little over 300 stuffed animals. There was 165 gift baskets and 3 bicycles.
And also a lot of volunteers helped you put all these eggs out and get this thing coordinated.
Yeah, I had 60 volunteers here this morning between 5 and 9.
We see a lot of happy faces, though, and the kids going through their baskets and looking through their eggs.
Yes, it turned out real well.
We hope everybody had so much fun here at Petrack Park. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Pahrump Community Library hosted an Easter egg hunt as well on Saturday for the entire town to take part in.
Yes, we are. It's our annual Easter egg hunt. It started at 10. They were lining up at 10 after 9. We are really busy. We got lots of kids today.
We're kind of set up here in this back room, and the kids are coming in by age?
Yes, we had to divide them up because there's so many kids. So 5 and under, which we've just done, and now we're going to do the 6 and above.
And what ages are we going up to?
We don't limit it.
And tell me, what are we exactly giving them?
Well, we hide paper eggs in the book stacks, and they bring back 5, and then they get an Easter egg with a plastic one with candy in it, a bookmark, and some other pieces of candy.
Some other events that are coming up for the Pahrump Community Library.
Wow, my brain is fried right now. It's National Library Week next week, so we're celebrating that. We have our book club coming up. I think it's the 15th. I'm not sure. It's the third Tuesday of the month. That's about it right now, other than our usual things that we have going on.
And earlier this year, National Security Technologies donated $2,800 to the United Way of Southern Nevada and earmarked the money for tax preparation assistance in Nye County. United Way of Southern Nevada teamed up with Nye Communities Coalition and bought 4 new laptop computers for the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program in Pahrump. Hundreds of people in Pahrump have taken already advantage of the free tax help. Residents in the Pahrump area can still get free tax help by calling 727-9970.
Town Board candidate Bill Dolan is holding a kickoff party tonight for his campaign on Calvada.
Yes, we're having one tonight at my office on Calvada, 2200 East Calvada. It is the Family Care Home Health Agency office. Inviting everybody to come out, candidates and public. Come out and enjoy yourself, have a bite to eat and something to drink, and bring your concerns and your comments. We'll be there to answer questions.
How's the campaign going?
It's going very well. We're getting a lot of positive response when we're talking to residents. One of my concerns is to, when I'm at the door or when I'm talking to people, is to ask them, what do you want to see from your town? Where do you want to see the direction of your town going? And I'm getting a variety of answers, and it's very enlightening.
What time does it start once again?
At 6 o'clock.
And so people want to find out more about your campaign. How can they contact you?
They can email me at bill4Pahrump at yahoo.com, or they can call me direct at 702-400-0190.
And I know this is a kickoff to your campaign. Are you expecting to have any meet and greets upcoming?
You know, we'll have to see if we have any more meet and greets other than this one. I'm really enjoying just getting out and meeting new residents and old residents alike. And just being able to talk to them.
Here's Chad Shropshire with your Weekend in Sports.
Tiger Woods arrived at Augusta National as a favorite to win his 5th green jacket at the Masters. Instead, he left with his worst score as a pro. A score of 74 on Sunday put Woods at a 5 over 293 for his worst 4-round score since he was an amateur back in 1995. He shot a 291 in 2007, but that put him in 2nd place that year when it was windy and bitterly cold. When he left the course Sunday, he was tied for 41st, the same spot he finished in 1995 as an amateur. Woods never broke par on the course, where he was so dominant that the Masters officials were accused of trying to tiger-proof the course by redesigning parts of it. Worse yet, he was just 1 under for the week on the par 5s, where he normally collects the birdies by the handful. Bubba Watson went on to win the Masters. Moving on to some basketball, the Dallas Mavericks and Lamar Odom are done with each other. The NBA's reigning 6th man of the year and the defending NBA champions, who are trying to make sure they get back into the playoffs, made it clear Monday that the partnership is over after a 50-game stint. Odom has been going through some personal issues, and it is affecting his game. The Mavericks general manager acknowledges this, but says that they need to be able to count on the guys sitting on their bench. During the lockout last summer, Odom's 24-year-old cousin was murdered. Days after that, Odom was involved in a fatal car accident that killed a teen pedestrian after the car he was riding in as a passenger collided with a motorcycle. Odom only played 4 minutes in a 94-89 loss at Memphis last Saturday night, his last with Dallas. A quick update on the Saints. The NFL announced Monday that the punishment levied by Commissioner Roger Goodell would stand for head coach Sean Payton, general manager Mickey Loomis, and assistant head coach Joe Vitt. Payton's suspension will begin April 16th, and he will be forced to miss the entire 2012 season. The suspensions of Loomis, 8 games, and Vitt, 6, will begin at the end of the preseason. Saints were also fined $500,000, stripped of the 2012 and 2013 second-round draft picks. Ex-Saints defensive coordinator Greg Williams was the bounty program's ringleader and was suspended indefinitely by Goodell. Williams did not appeal the decision. New Orleans has yet to name a 2012 replacement for the Payton, who had led the franchise to unprecedented success and its first Super Bowl title during his first 6 seasons with the Saints. I'm Chad Shropshire with your Week in Sports.
And folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to have Zach Fuentes with a look at weather coming up for you right after this break. Please keep it here.
News 46 Weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump. Local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to News 46. I hope everybody had a great weekend and a great Easter weekend as well. But coming into our work week today, we had sunny skies, and our high was at 86 degrees. It was definitely warm out there for us compared to what we've been having for the rest of the year. Winds coming out of the south at 6, and our gusts weren't too bad. They were at 16. Our pressure was at 30.05, and our UV index was at 8. Very high, staying the same. Our humidity was very low at 7%. We might even have a fire watch later in the week. And our sunrise was at 6:18 a.m. Today's record was 95 degrees back in 1989. Taking a look at tonight, sunny skies are going to go away. We're going to move into some partly cloudy skies. Our low is going to be pretty high for a low at 55 degrees. And our winds coming out of the south-southwest at 6. Gusts at 12. And our humidity is going to go up a little bit to 16%. Sunset's looking to be at 7:13 p.m. And our record for tonight is 32 degrees, set back in 1953. Tomorrow we're going to have mostly sunny skies, and our high is going to remain in the 80s, although it's going to go down by a couple degrees. 83 is going to be the high, our low 52, and our winds coming out of the south at 11. Gusts are going to pick up to 22 miles per hour, and our UV index is going to be at 8, very high. Our sunrise will be at 6:18 a.m., and our humidity once again is going to be at 7%. Taking a look now at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow we're going to have some clouds, talked about that. Wednesday we have a 30% chance of rain. I had a very hard time putting all this into our little graphics because we have a lot going on with our 7-day forecast. Wednesday 30% chance of rain, and our gusts are going to be at up to 28 miles per hour. We do have a storm system coming in. As you can see, our temperature from Tuesday is going to drop 83 down to 66 degrees. We're going to be in the 60s again, unfortunately. Our Thursday is going to be not any rain, but we're going to have the gusts, and then gusts are going to continue into Friday as well with that 30% chance of rain again. Saturday as well as a 20% chance of rain, although of course things can change as the week progresses. Sunday, Monday we're going to have some clouds too, so it's a very up and down 7-day forecast this week. We are going to keep our eye on it. Our highest high is going to be 83, and our lowest low is actually going to be 40 degrees on Friday, so our temperatures are going up and down, but what can we ask for? We had a great day today. We're going to have a pretty good one tomorrow too. Back to you.
And that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Monique Murphy.
And from everyone up here on the Hill of KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.